What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Amalgam Show. I am one of your hosts, Nathaniel. On my left today, joining me, is
Kyron Johnston for the first time in like 4 months or something like that. Yeah.
It is Amalgam 3, Return of the Meme.
Yes.
So no one else is with us today. That's because I decided to take a trip out to our hometown. Kyron is residing at the moment.
Yeah.
And the other fellas will be doing their own shows. I think Shannon and Keena did a God of War spoiler cast and a topic show this week, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, the game show. So they did a spoiler cast, which was the topic, and then they did the game show, which they're doing. I don't think still has a name.
Yeah, is the name still in development?
I think so.
Yeah. The name is not in development, it's just in development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So check out our other shows.
Which are?
Well, I don't know at the moment.
Everything's up in the air.
I don't know if they've done whatever else this week. Like, I don't know if they did. If they started our new Dragon Ball show this week, which we have talked about for like the last 2 months.
Yeah. So look forward to that. Hopefully, when I get some decent internet, I will be joining you guys with that on Skype.
Yeah, that'll be good.
But,
it's called To Go Even Further Beyond, and we'll figure that out when we get to it.
Yeah.
We are also launching that new show that Shannon and Keena are doing.
Yep.
I don't think they have a name for it still. And we are also spinning out the topic section of the show. So, previously in the past, we've done the Amalgam Show podcast, which has been our What Are We Into This Week?
Yeah.
And a topic. But we've decided that takes too long. It can take up to 3 hours sometimes, and we just feel like you guys don't want to sit and listen to our voices for that long. So
we'll keep this short and sweet.
Yeah, we've changed it to the Amalgam Show, sponsored by Return of the Kyron.
Hello.
And then we've got the other show, topic show. I don't think we have a name for that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's the Amalgam Show about? Just generally, what's the Amalgam franchise about?
So we're just about geeky and nerdy shit that we all care about. You know, hopefully some of our interests overlap with you guys, and you hopefully enjoy what we do here. Sorry if I sound a bit rusty. It's been a bit.
It has been a while.
Yeah.
If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, comment below. And if you want to contact us, you can email us at amalgamshout@gmail.com. I like saying amalgams. Keena's not here to glare at me when I correct him.
Make sure you ring that bell so you get the notification
Join the notification squad.
Because YouTube's fucking subscription thing doesn't work.
It doesn't. I don't think it's worked for like the last 3 years.
Yeah. They've announced that they've got it on a tier. So it's like what you're most likely to watch out of your subscriptions. Instead of what you're actually fucking subscribed to.
All I get now is just PewDiePie stuff. And that's because PewDiePie's the only YouTuber I subscribe to that releases stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And then every now and again I'll get like I've been getting more recommended to watch YouTubers I haven't seen before. I've recently got into a lot of old Vine stars that anyway.
Yeah.
We'll jump right in.
Yeah.
What have you been into since we won't do just this week. We'll go, what have you been into the last 4 months, Kyron? I'm sure everyone would like to know.
So I moved back to my hometown, which it's been fun out here. It's been nice getting away from the city, but damn, is it getting boring. But so I've just been going to work, and I've got a lot of time on my hands. So I've been playing a lot of games. Like I recently just bought Far Cry 5. I just keep fucking around in that. I've gotten like maybe a third of the way through the game. Yeah, there's a third. Wait, maybe less. I don't know, a fourth, because you got to beat like 4 different bosses of regions and stuff. And I beat 1, but I've been playing for fucking hours. It's just a good fuck around game. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. That's been shoddy considering, you know, I've been getting like 2 megabyte down speed here, 'cause fucking trash. But hopefully that's getting better when I get my NBN connected, and then I'll get something like 40 megs.
Fucking bullshit. I live in the city. I don't have NBN.
Yeah.
You're getting it before me.
Yeah, well, I'm in a newly developed area, so shut up. But yeah, but I downloaded and bought a subscription to Stan.
Yeah.
So
What's that been like so far?
It's been pretty good. Me and my girlfriend have been watching RuPaul's Drag Race together, and that's just fun for us to watch and hang out. We've been watching Community. We're like
Community's good.
4th season into that.
Oh, okay, so it's about to go downhill.
Yeah. yeah. They're about to swap out the cast and just not be fucking good. And that's when we'll stop watching.
Yeah.
As per usual. And then, but yeah, there's been, fuck, else have we watched on there? We watched Dexter.
Yeah.
Which, everyone knows what Dexter is by now. It's a man who solves his own murders and other people's murders, and then murders the murderers.
And then collects blood because he's a weirdo.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been watching that. We finished that a while ago. But yeah, no, it's been good. Netflix finally had a use again when Series of Unfortunate Events Season 2 came out.
Yeah.
Thanks for the loud notification, computer. But yeah, no, so Series of Unfortunate Events Season 2, I personally really like it. Have you seen it? Have you seen the first season?
I haven't seen any of it.
Okay, well, if you've got some downtime and you just want to, I don't know, do shit, or you don't want to do shit and you just want something in the background that's entertaining but doesn't require full focus, it's pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, just a lot of working. I recently moved to my own place, which has been nice because I used to be bunking it with my parents for a little bit. Shifted out, just got my new place. I'm happy with it.
It's nice.
It is.
For those of you that want a little bit of context, Kyron's house is a lovely two-story. The downstairs being a garage and laundry, and the upstairs being very nice and modern.
It's a spacious one-bedroom with an all-white aesthetic.
Yeah, it's just an all-white aesthetic.
Yeah,
everything's white except
just like the neighborhood. Am I right?
Oh my god,
that's actually untrue. There's a lot of people of color in my neighborhood. Yeah. I can't really think of what else I've been playing or doing.
Been playing many fighters?
I played a little bit of fighters, but with the internet being shitty, I haven't been able to hone my skills online. I haven't been able to play against you guys. And let's just be fucking honest, the storyline, it's confusing, good, scattered, and boring at best.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because they could have made those arcs actually
cohesive.
Yeah, but they just redid the story from
yeah.
It just didn't make any sense.
So is there multiple timelines? We don't know what the fuck's going on.
Everything's different.
I haven't finished the game, so for those of you who have finished the game, if it does start to make sense at the end, I apologise. I just couldn't sit through that fucking boring
Keena
shit.
told me that it's just shit the whole way through.
No, it's just shit the whole way through.
He said that it gets hard at the end. Like it's a really easy game through the story.
Yeah.
All the way up until like the last arc, and then it's just fucking ridiculously hard.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's like he enjoyed it being hard, but he didn't like the fact that he had to sit through that whole thing.
Yeah.
Just being really easy.
Yeah, no, because it's insanely easy, and then the few scarce times I had played online, I just got my ass handed to me, and it was disheartening as fuck. But yeah, didn't really enjoy it as much as I did Xenoverse. It's safe to say if they make Fighters 2, it's not on the top of my purchase list.
I mean, I'd probably buy it purely because, I mean, Xenoverse 1 was good, but it wasn't like the best, and then you got Xenoverse 2, which is like amazing compared.
Yeah.
But Xenoverse 3, I'm really looking forward to.
It'll all just depend on what you guys say, if it's any good or not.
I'll definitely be getting.
Yeah.
I get like every Dragon Ball game just because I'm like, childhood.
Oh yeah, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts as well. I've been replaying that with Annika, and because I was like, oh, it's Disney and it's cute and fun, so I thought she'd enjoy it, and she really does. I've just haven't gotten back into it since I've moved because I've been fucking around with Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I made it all the way through to the second one. And that's misleading for those of you that don't know Kingdom Hearts, because the second one is actually like something like the fourth game or the third game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those other games came out in between.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good because in the remix discs, there's one recoded, and then there's 3, 5, something over 2 days. They just turned all the cutscenes into a movie. It's like you sit down for an hour and you get the whole story. And you're like, okay, cool. Now you can play 2 without being entirely fucking confused. But, yeah, I've gotten like halfway through 2 and then just kind of dropped off. Yeah, that's basically all I've been into for the last 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been playing God of War a lot recently.
God of War, yeah.
But I been doing some stuff with the house, got a new job.
Yeah.
I'm sick of my old job. Fucking dented my car. That was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't been up to a huge amount. I've been watching Riverdale. I just went through and I watched all of Psyche K. It's a Netflix series, pretty good. It's an anime.
Yeah.
And it's like it's in a weird way. Have you seen Pop Team Epic?
What was that?
Have you seen Pop Team Epic?
No, I haven't.
It's another weird chibi anime sort of skit show. But Psyche K is basically, it's a kid in high school and he's got real sick psychic powers.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want anyone to know he's got psychic powers because he said the reason he transferred schools so much is because people find out he's got psychic powers and they just abuse them. And he hates that.
Yeah, which is fair.
And he hates the attention, so he tries not to let anyone know.
Yeah.
But he still uses them to like prevent people from finding out, and that's the only time he uses them. Or like to save people's lives, because there have been times in the anime where like they're all on a plane and the plane's crashing and he's like, oh, fuck, I gotta save everyone. No, it's really interesting. It's like he as he was growing up, his parents found out the only people that know he's got psychic powers are his family.
Yeah.
His parents are always abusing the fact that he's got psychic abilities, like, because they're like, oh, can you do this? Can we go here today? Can we? Like, because it's almost the other way around, because while Psyche doesn't have any money, he can get money really easily because he's psychic. He can just be like, oh.
Lotto numbers.
Yeah, it's that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
He can just win things because it's like a franchise will do a giveaway, and then he knows which one's got the things in it, so it's like the golden ticket sort of thing. Like,
yeah.
And so he like gets a group of friends, but he doesn't want them to be his friends. He wants them to leave him alone. But he tries to be nice about it, and by being nice about it and using his psychic abilities to get away from everyone, he creates like mystique and mystery. And no one tries to find out. Like, no one ever finds out he's got psychic abilities, but that when he does that, he's more interesting to them, so they want to hang out with him more.
He's the mysterious
cool kid,
mysterious aloof cool kid,
and they find out like he gets knocked out or something, and all of his psychic abilities get turned off. And it turned out like he revealed to the audience that he mass mind controlled the entire world to make him less aloof. So like he made him feel more aloof. So he was like, because he's got pink hair. Yeah. He mass mind controlled a bunch of people to dye their hair different colors because he was sick of seeing people with brunette hair. Like a bunch of people in the TV series has like blue hair and like green, red, and he's like, the reason that is because I can mind control every single person to dye their hair in different color.
Shit.
So there's only a few people in the world left with like black and brown hair.
Alright.
And then he's got little antennas that if you take the antenna out, he can't, like, he'll either like crash, or he stands perfectly still because they suppress his power and he can control his power with them. If he he's like, if I move a muscle, I could create a tidal wave. He's like, so he's like, stand still until someone puts it back in.
Okay.
But no one knows what they are. So like, he's in high school, so someone will come by and be like, oh, mine. And he'll be like, fuck. But it's a really funny sort of anime. There's nothing ever serious happen in it. He's mostly just like, I like coffee jelly and I'm a psychic. And he just like, everyone else is always trying to compete with him or hang out with him. And there's this like really hot girl that's really into him. But because he's psychic, he doesn't see people's looks. He's like muscles and bones.
Yeah. So
this girl's like, oh, I want to be with you. And he's like, you aren't attractive to me because you look like every single other person.
Alright, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, so she's constantly trying to get with him because she tried to be like, oh, I'm just going to pretend that I want to talk to him and be interested in him because everyone deserves to feel like a pretty girl likes them. But she wanted to do that, and then he like avoided the fuck out of her because he didn't want to deal with her because she draws too much attention.
Yeah.
And now because he did that, she falls in love with him because he doesn't want anything to do with her.
Right. Yeah.
So she has a big thing for him, and then like he's got his best friend, and his best friend is so dumb that he doesn't have a mind to read. He's just dead.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Just crickets.
Yeah. He's really stupid, so he can never tell when he's around. He doesn't have like a signal sort of thing. So like he can tell when everyone else is around and read everyone else's mind, but his best friend is like really dumb and just genuinely nice.
Alright.
And then there's a couple of other guys. There's one guy in it that's like a classic nerdy dude. He's like, I'm this and I've got these superpowers, but he doesn't actually, but he pretends.
Okay.
And the only other guy in the show with superpowers is this dude who's a medium and he can see ghosts and shit. And Psyche can't do that at the start, but then he finds out that he can later on, and the guy gets really pissed off. He's like, "That's my thing."
Which, if you think about superpowers, being a medium it's not the worst, but it's the most terrifying.
Yeah. Well,
like,
he's like,
if you just wake up one day and you're like, "Oh, ghosts."
I see dead people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in this world, all the ghosts are just genuinely nice. It's like when they go into the afterlife, they don't hate anyone or anything like that. They're just like, just sort of hang around, like.
Okay.
And the funny thing about like Psyche's best friend is that his dad is dead and he's a ghost, so you still see him, but it's like his dad and his mum look exactly the same as him, but they don't think that they look the same as him, but they think each other look the same as him. So they're like, "Oh, you take after him," and he's like got balls for chins, and like, he's got like a fucking. His dad's got a scar in his right eye, and the other guy's got a scar in his left, and then his mum's got scars through both eyes.
All right.
It's pretty weird, fucked up, and hilarious.
Okay.
But it's a really good show. I'd recommend watching it. Nina hated it because it's just a high school anime, but like it's the first anime I'd seen that wasn't like really intense fighting.
Yeah.
That I really just genuinely enjoyed because of the humor.
Yeah.
Other than Pop Team Epic. Pop Team Epic is pretty good.
Yeah.
I
had a bit of a mental what the fuck moment at the end of one of the Community episodes. You know Leonard, the old dude?
Mm-hmm.
They talk about his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He reviews frozen pizzas.
Yeah.
And I just turned to Anna and I was like, did we steal Leonard's idea?
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, it was like a really like, oh no, because he basically talked about all the same shit we did. We were like, I rated a buy, which is essentially what we rated it as, like would buy again and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, did we steal Leonard's idea?
He also does a review on Lay's potato chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that episode. But I don't remember. I only just remembered that pizza one.
Yeah, no, me too.
Pizza time with Leonard. What else have I been up to? I think I did watch Pop Team Epic. That was good. I watched all of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood again.
All right.
I completely forgot the plot line, and I went back through and watched it, and it was like watching it all over again. I'm like, this is amazing. The whole time because I'd already seen it. Nina was like, what happens here? What happens now? I'm like, I don't know. I can't remember. Like, I'm just as invested as you.
It's been fucking years. I don't know.
I watched Pop Team Epic. Pop Team Epic is basically two schoolgirls, but they're not ordinary schoolgirls. And I know that's like every fucking thing, but it's like they're just fucking weird.
Okay.
If there's any definition by a show that breaks the fourth wall, it's Pop Team Epic.
Okay.
Of Team Epic is literally the definition of breaking the fourth wall. In the first episode, it's basically some dude, just some random dude, from what I've heard. I don't know how true this is, but from what I heard, some random dude started a comic strip. Like, he just did, like, you know, Reese, how he made, like, that comic thing on the internet, like, a couple of years ago. And, like, heaps of people just chuck up comic strips on the internet.
Yeah.
Some Japanese dude did it. Just threw something up on the internet and was like, this is my comic strip. A big anime producing company saw it and was like, this is fucking awesome, and I'm turning it into a TV show. And so the whole episode is based off a 4-panel comic strip. And then the rest of the series is just that guy writes it. The guy that made the comic strip originally, he just writes comic strips, and then they just keep doing that sort of shit. And it's really weird because the whole season, there's going to be a second season. Whole first season is like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And then, like, nothing makes sense. And then, in the last 10 seconds of the last episode, it's got a storyline. And you're like, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
Alright.
But there's, like, it's all just skits. Like, none of them make sense. There's one skit where one of the girls... It's Pope Chin and PPP, I think are their names.
Okay.
Pope Chin is like this little girl. You've probably seen like artwork for it.
Yeah, no, I probably have. I mean,
I think PewDiePie talks about it.
Yeah. I watch PewDiePie, so
yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen that shit. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. But basically, this one is the most fucked up one, and this one has more smarts, I guess. Is this sort of thing, but they don't really. They're not really much different from each other.
Okay.
This one's definitely the main. Like, the blonde Pope Chin is definitely the main one. That she gets the most screen time.
Yeah.
PPP doesn't really as much. But, there's like this one skit where Pope Chin is in a band. There's a 3-piece band and they're all just girls that sing.
Yeah.
And PPP is her agent, her manager.
Yeah.
And she keeps on kicking out the other 2 members and, like, hiring new people because she can't find anyone that fits Pope Chin. And then right at the end, it's like, she's come to a very odd conclusion. She's like, so PPP, why would you decide to clone so many Pope Chins? Because she decided to clone them, and it's like, it was the only way. And then basically, she becomes Hitler and takes over the world with Pope Chins. That's like the end of it. It's like, it starts off, oh yeah, just looking for like an act, and then after at the end of it, it's like, I've taken over the fucking world with little schoolgirls. But they're all just like little skits.
Yeah.
And then throughout the show, they'll have Bob Epic Team, and it's just like a really poorly drawn version of a skit that they've done in an episode ago or something like that.
Okay.
And it's really funny because like they change voice actors and everything. There's 2 dubs for this.
So would this show kind of be like do you remember Planet Sketch on ABC3?
I don't. Let me have a look.
You would know about it. It was like, I'll wait for you to just type it up.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
like,
it would kind of...
5 million years ago, last Tuesday, the dinosaurs died like this, and then it's just like a random, like, something like a potato falls on it. Like, keep in mind, this was like back in the time when LOL so random was the peak of comedy. And now it's
I remember these guys.
Cringe.
Yep. Planet Sketch,
so it would sort of be like that, in like the way that like nothing makes sense, but you know, it's entertaining to watch regardless.
It's a little bit like that.
Yeah.
But without all the different characters, like every single sketch is the same characters.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I didn't think I'd like it, but like the first episode's a little dull. And then at the start of the second episode, they point out that they lost, like, they started off with the first episode and it was really shit, but now they're sort of doing better. Basically, they're like, wow, as long as, like, they made the first episode and then they've run out of steam because the first panel, the first skit is, like, they've drawn up an anime, but they haven't finished it. Like, the characters still have all lines through it, there's no color, everything's, like, still labeled and stuff like that. And they don't move their mouths, it's just, like, frame by frame, like original sketches of an anime.
Oh, okay.
Except Pope Chin and PPP they are perfectly drawn.
Right.
It's good. Like, everything else is drawn really poorly, but they're drawn fine. And then, basically, they're just... The whole premise of this is, like, they start off and they're in this anime, and then you hear the voice actors go, wait, hold on a second, and then it goes away from the anime, and it's, like, in real life, and they're like, guys, I can't keep doing this, like, what is this fucking script? And the guy's like, I'm sorry, the writing's just really weird, like, the script's really fucked up, I don't like it, but this is what we've got to do. And the voice actor's like, come back to me when you've got a better script. And then throughout, while they're saying that, this ghost appears, like the ring girl or something appears. Yeah. And then it's like, but wait, did you see? And it starts to zoom in on it goes back frames, and then it starts to zoom in on the ghost, but then it, like, diverts the camera to under the couch and Pope Chin and PPP in there. You don't realise until right then.
Yeah.
So fucking good. But yeah, it's really good. I would definitely recommend watching that. It's on Anime Lab if you've got Anime Lab.
Yeah, I've got Anime Lab.
I actually really like the starting song for it.
Yeah.
I didn't like. It's not like you wouldn't think it has such a banger for a starting. Like, I've never seen an anime or like a TV show with such a good intro like that. And it's just like a really dumb show, but it has a really fucking good intro that gets me pumped to watch the show.
Alright.
It's my ringtone now. Like, it's really good.
Fucking weeb.
I played, I'm about as far as you are in Fighters.
Yeah.
Keena kicks my ass every time. I played Rhyme. I've already talked about this on the podcast. Played Rhyme. It's really good.
What is Rhyme?
Would recommend. It's a indie game.
Yeah.
It's on the PS4.
Yeah.
I think it might. I don't know if it's exclusive.
If it's indie, it's pretty much just PlayStation exclusive because those guys actually invest in indie games.
Yeah.
And
I'm not
Microsoft's
sure.
like, no, we make our money through AAA games.
It's a pretty big indie game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just on the PlayStation 4 or not. I think it's probably on the computer as well. It's probably on PC.
Yeah, could be.
I don't think I've ever seen any advertisements for it on the Xbox One. But basically, you're a little boy. You go through this whole game being the little boy, and you've got the very first thing you do is you bring a fox back to life. When you start the game, you wake up on a beach.
Yeah.
Well, do you mind if I spoil it? You think you'll ever play Rhyme?
I don't think I'll ever play it.
Spoilers for anyone else. Basically, you're a kid, and you go through. You got the fox, and the fox is like shows you the way to go. Basically.
Yeah.
So like in different parts, it'll be like, we've got to go over here and do this. So the fox will run over there, and you will just follow it.
Okay.
But the fox isn't always there. And then you've got 4 worlds. First world is just puzzles. Second world is this bird comes down and tries to attack you, and like it's like one of those classic old timey ideas in a game where if you're in the sun, the bird can get you, but if you run to the shade, you're fine. It reminds me of like
so
old
it's
style.
a living nightmare.
It reminds me of old style, like Zelda games and stuff like that, where like big bosses would come down. Yeah. If you were in a certain place, they could see you, but if you weren't, you're fine. But it's just like if you were in the shadows, you're fine, but if you weren't, he could get you.
Yeah.
You end up killing him. With lightning and shit, you go around to towers and activate like lightning and shit like that. And then you've got the third world, which is a mind fuck. Like you walk through one door and then you'll like be on the other side of the room, but it's completely random. Like there's no way to complete.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's really fucked. Like you can go back through that door and then you'll be somewhere else, not where you were. So it really fucked with me when I played that. There's a ton of collectibles in that game I never saw as well, so there's obviously so much I didn't do in that game when I played it. Okay. The fourth world, you go around, you activate robots and hide away from dark creatures. Like the only world where there's other... It's not a game that has many antagonists, sort of. Like there's not many bad guys you got to run away from.
It's just a lot of puzzle games.
Yeah, there's a lot of puzzles and having to run and activate stuff. And basically, at the end of the fourth world... you've only made 2 friends throughout the whole game. It's like this robot in the fourth world. Or third, I can't remember.
Yeah.
And you find out there's a whole bunch of those robots and they're all keys to open doors. Okay. And when they open the doors, they die.
Oh.
Because they're keys, so they sit themselves in the door, and then the door opens and splits them in half.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's dark.
And then you get to this end part, and then your friend Robot walks up to the last door, and the kid, it's the first time when the game starts to like really heart-wrench you.
Yeah.
It's like right at the end, and then things come together. Like, there's no dialogue or words in the whole game. It's all just like noises, and like you're inferring things. You look at stuff, and you're like, oh, he's my friend. Oh no, he's dying. Like,
yeah.
The game doesn't tell you anything.
Okay.
But when the robot starts to walk up to the door, the kid runs after the robot, grabs onto its leg. He's like, no, no. And then the robot flicks him off and gets into the door and opens. And then when you walk in there, you see a bunch of statues of a kid. At the start, to get the fox, there's a bunch of fox statues that brought the fox into existence.
Okay.
So you go around and you do all of these things to activate the little boy statues. And then right at the end, when you walk back, the fox is there, and he gets absorbed into the statue, and you're like, "Fucking no!" And the kid starts crying again, and then you get coated in like this stone. It's the same. It's like the statue. You look like the statue.
Oh, okay.
And then everything goes black, and then it comes back, and you bust out of the statue, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then, but when you bust out, you're like a dark version of yourself.
Okay.
And you go through and you activate a bunch of light stuff, and it shines in, and then you walk up to this hole, and it's like this really deep hole, and you see a bunch of other people jumping into the hole, and then you jump into the hole. And then it cuts away to this scene. Throughout the game, you see scenes of a little boy on a boat, and his dad falls, like, you're the little boy.
Yeah.
You see the little boy on the boat, and his dad falls overboard.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole game, and then the last thing you see when you jump into the pit is you're the dad, and the boy falls overboard, and then you realize that the whole game is the boy's in purgatory, and he goes to the afterlife. That's what the game's about.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
okay.
That's why you wake up on the beach at the start of the game.
Okay.
And like you right at the end of the game, you get up off your chair, and you're the dad, and you walk into the little boy's room, and you see a little plush toy of a fox.
Aww.
And like all of these other things that you see in the game that were in like but just like toys and stuff.
Yeah.
And you look out and you see a lighthouse, which is also in the game, and all of this other stuff, and you're like, wow, that's really fucking sad.
Okay.
Yeah, like no words. There's no words. There's no text or anything like that. You just infer it all. You're like, holy fuck, that's amazing. But yeah, I don't think I've played many other games.
All right.
But that was a sad one. I've already talked about that a little bit on the podcast before, but it was amazing. Have I done anything else since you've been away?
Oh, I don't know. I've been away.
I don't think I have. We've been doing quite a bit on the podcast. Obviously, something interesting. I don't think you've been on the podcast since, but what did you think of the end of Dragon Ball Super?
The end of Dragon Ball Super. Shit, was I not on for that one?
I don't think you were on for that one.
Keena called me right at the end of it. At the end of your podcast, and I was on through phone. Okay. But I'll go over it again. The ending. Just trying to remember exactly what happens. Okay, so fuck. Like, I know what happens. It's just pulling all the memories back together is a bit of a mission at the moment. So I thought the ending was good. It was nice and open-ended. Like, it wasn't like they kept stressing, like, we'll be back, we'll be back, we'll be back, which leads me to believe there's not going to be a name change. There's not going to be anything like that, which, you know, I fully support because they've already got the branding for Super. Why change it again? You're just going to fall into a Yu-Gi-Oh hole where no one recognizes your brand anymore. And then everyone pretty much stops watching. But yeah, like, I like that everyone kind of had a happy ending, like usually in Dragon Ball.
How'd you like the end where Frieza and Goku were together side by side in the forms they fought each other in to begin with?
That, you mean Frieza, Vegeta and Goku?
No, Frieza and Goku. Right at the end, they delivered the final blow to Jiren together.
Oh, right. Yeah. That was cool. I didn't really pay attention to that.
Because it was really cool because Frieza went final form.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I can't go golden, I can't go full power.
Yeah.
And he went up and he was helping fight with Goku, and then Goku was so exhausted that he
could only go Super Saiyan.
Well, he couldn't even go Super Saiyan, but he's flashing in and out of it. Yeah. But in the final blow, it zoomed in on them, and he went from base to Super Saiyan, and Frieza and him had their fists side by side, and they delivered the final blow and knocked themselves and Jiren out.
Yeah.
That was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was cool. I really did like the homage to Vegeta and Goku fighting in the exact same stances in the the wasteland. That was fun. Like, I mean, the final episode wasn't really much besides the announcing who actually won, and well, I figured the person who would win would be the person who would wish everyone back.
Yeah.
And if they weren't, I'd just destroy everything.
Yeah, that was
Which is one hell of a fucking coin toss.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was an interesting spin and I liked it. But yeah, like, a lot didn't really happen. It was just, and now they're back to their peaceful lives until we come back.
What do you think about the movie that's coming out?
I don't know a lot about the movie. I'm trying to avoid as much of the movie as I can.
They haven't announced any sort of villain, but the villain looks like he could be
evil.
Insane.
Okay.
But we don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid as much as I can, like, about that, like I do with every movie. I tend to avoid, I watch one trailer.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer?
If things pop up on YouTube and stuff. I haven't seen the trailer.
The art is different.
I have seen the art difference. It looks a little...
Even the animation
It looks a little more old school, but...
It's more old
Keena
school?
was telling me that the animators can do so much more with that because it's not so...
rigid.
Flashy.
Yeah. But the new animation style is based off that artwork, and it's very flowy. Because they had like a little animation short of like Goku jumping around and like warming up and doing that sort of shit. Yeah. And then he went to like do that, and the whole thing was like his hair was like waving around, and it was really cool. Whereas in normal Dragon Ball Z, the hair only waves around just before they're about to fight, and then like the wind comes past.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in this, it's like really.
Yeah, like flowy. You know, a standard anime now where. Yeah. You know, they've actually got wind physics and stuff like that. It's not the 90s anymore. We have actual capabilities to do shit. But yeah, no. Like with everything, like with... Oh, I also watched Infinity War. So, that's something I did. Didn't really watch anything else.
I've seen Infinity War. That was the last movie I saw.
Sorry. Ragnarok, seen that, and Black Panther and Infinity War.
I have not seen Black Panther yet. So.
I'm pretty sure everyone who's already seen it. I wish I could have done the cast with you for those things.
Yeah.
But, you know, basically, I like it. I like that the producers are throwing misdirections at us by saying, everyone who died in the film actually died.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I don't disagree with. I feel like everyone who physically died will die, but everyone who got dusted will come back.
Yeah. I think I agree with that.
Well,
it's actually sadder to see all those people dust away than just in regular death as well.
Yeah, just because you're like, oh, how do we fix that? Like, you know, they have brought people back from the dead before. Yeah. Like, you know, Loki's been brought back a few times.
Just use the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, no, they should just hit
Loki's going to come back.
I don't think so. I hope not. I think we've had fucking 10 or so years of this fucker.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, he's a villain or an anti-hero, whatever the fuck you want to call him now, but, like, we've seen enough of him. We understand what he's about. In Thor Ragnarok, they really kind of played up the fact of, oh, you know, you're going to pretend to be my friend, and then you're going to betray me again. Oh, no. Like, we all know what he's about. We all know what he's going to do. I think it's time for his character to die. He's not really a threat anymore. They've established that they can beat him time and time again. So
while he won't come back to life, I think at least he'll be in other things, like as like a specter or
or like a memory or you know, something like that.
He'll be back at somehow.
Yeah.
Even if he isn't brought back to life, he could be like maybe they go to the afterlife in one of the new movies and he's in there.
I mean, after they beat Thanos, they'll have all the stones and...
I think they'll probably scatter. I wonder if they'll do the Christmas special like they did in the comics, where Santa had the Infinity Gauntlet and they all had to fight Santa.
I highly doubt it. I don't think they have the rights to Santa yet.
It would be fucking...
Disney's working on it, but... no, they don't have the rights to Santa yet. But, no, I I'm a little disappointed with the ending and how it's just Thanos sitting on a hill like fucking Morty.
It looked like he was in Bali.
Yeah, no, he could have been somewhere close to the tropics like that. He could have been up north somewhere.
The way that the land was
laid out.
It looked like that farm in Bali that's like super
pretty, yeah. No, like I don't know anyone who hates this movie. I don't know anyone like who extremely loves it. You know, it's just another Marvel movie. I feel bad saying that because just another Marvel movie makes it sound like shit, but they continually put out good movies, so we just expect good. Yeah. So unless, like, it's not winning any Oscars, but it's also not going to do DC Rotten Tomato numbers.
Yeah. I really like, there's been a lot of stuff about Marvel movies recently where people say, enough is enough, I'm sick of seeing Marvel movies and there's oversaturation in the market, but...
Then actually act that out and don't go fucking watch it, and then they'll stop making the movies.
Well, the thing is...
As soon as it stops making money, they'll stop. Yeah. So vote with your wallets if you're sick of seeing it. I'm personally not.
Yeah. So
I'm going to keep watching, and if you're going to keep watching as like a little hype beast bitch, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think people really grasp the fact that it's a cinematic universe, and that's why it's so popular, and that's why they have to push out so many. It's not really oversaturating the market. I think without Marvel movies, there'd be a lot of the market gone because people wouldn't go to the cinemas.
And like, you know, Marvel movies are no different to really like TV shows.
No.
It comes out every year. Are you saying that like just because Supernatural comes out every year, it's taken up valuable space on the TV for more original shows? No, it's just something that comes out. It's not like they're taking screen time away from other movies. No. Other movies are still being made, like a silent place.
Yeah.
And that did fantastic, but you know, it wasn't a Marvel film. It still got made. Yeah. You know, it's. I find that redundant and ridiculous. There's plenty of movies that come out that no one likes. Like, just look at the fucking Disney Channel.
Oh yeah.
There's plenty of bullshit there, but yeah.
What do you think about Brie Larson playing Captain Marvel?
I'm happy with it. You know,
Brie Larson is right. Like,
no, not
she
really.
She plays Ramona Flowers.
Oh, okay. You know, I don't really care who plays it, just so long as their acting skills do the character justice, or at least gel well with other people. But you know, like if they look good in the costume, they portray the character truly to at least semi what they do in the comics. Yeah. You know, with the whole, you know, just as long as they can fulfill the role they've been been hired to do, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not super critical of these movies. I'm not super invested in them, but they are something I really enjoy watching, and I will always go to the movies to watch them. I'll try my hardest too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that just about wraps us up.
I think that does wrap us up.
If you enjoyed us, we enjoyed you. Please like and subscribe. Follow us. Please.
Yeah,
we need subscribers. We've got about 30-ish now. We don't really advertise very much, but we've got about 30-ish.
Oh, that's nice.
I haven't looked at our view ratio recently, but I'm sure it's the same as it has been.
Maybe a little higher.
Hopefully. If you need to contact us at amalgamshow@gmail.com.
Yes.
And that's it. Yeah. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell, get some notifications. Big, you know, you'll get updated every time we put out a video, and you know it wouldn't go shy because we're putting out a lot of new like shows and stuff. So it won't just be more of the same. You know, we'll put out some new stuff, and if you guys care about the games industry or the background workings of video games, go listen to Keena's and Shannon's new podcast where they get into the nitty-gritty of the gaming industry.
Still not named, but we'll figure it out.
We'll figure out a name for it. It's more... Get the content out before you're worried about the name. The content's the most important bit. But, I'll hopefully be joining the podcast again as soon as my internet is sustainable enough for fucking Skype. So I'll be like a week or two before you guys hear my voice again, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to get back into this. I've missed it. I've missed you guys. And yeah, I just look forward to growing and doing more fun shit for you guys to enjoy.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have Kyron back. Oh man, I wish there was like a date. Because we could be like, Kyron will return.
Just do it like Avengers. Just Kyron will return. Don't say in any movie. Just he will. Thanos will return.
I came up with good ideas for the thumbnail and the name of this video.
Yeah.
Not clickbait.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Copyright material though.
That was us. Please like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Catch you later, guys.
Bye.